After wearing black all day on set, do you try to avoid that color when you're not in costume? Miss Catherine.
Miss Catherine, unfortunately, black seems to suit me more than any other colour. I try not to wear black, but I end up choosing black more than anything else.
This is from Dreamer.
Dreamer?
Dreamer, yeah, Dreamer.
Okay.
What was one of your favourite scenes to film so far?
In anything?
Yeah, well, no, Robin Hood. Let's say Robin Hood.
Robin Hood. Gosh, that's really hard. Yes, I think one of my favourite scenes to film in Robin Hood was the sequence in Series 1 which involved the journey of the necklace and when Guy of Gisborne accuses Marion of having the necklace in her room. I just think there were so many shifts and things changing in that scene. That was that was a good scene. It was like a little mini play within one scene.
This is for M.A. Micah. How do you feel about Guy? Do you like to play him, or do you despise him?
No, I really like playing Guy. I think that there's a bit of a damaged soul there that has some salvation. I don't admire everything that he does, but I have learnt to understand him. I'm quite defensive of Guy, actually.
This is I Must Be Adopted. Which Shakespeare character does Guy most resemble in your opinion?
Shakespeare character that Guy most resembles? I think it's Richard III, which is possibly why I've developed a desire to play that character as well. Yeah.
Emerald Cunard. Sir Guy's usual mood is a kind of brooding anger, but obviously he has tremendous moments of light and shade. Are there any facet of Sir Guy you find more difficult than others? Is it harder to play his vulnerability than his volcanic temper?
Ooh, that's good. Yes, I think the hardest bit of Guy to play is when he's being humiliated by the sheriff, because Guy's view of himself, I think there's quite a lot of vanity there. I think he believes that he's something quite majestic, and then when the sheriff is sort of stripping him down, it gets to that real vulnerable place that he hates to be, and I think he feels so uncomfortable in his skin. That's when Guy is very hard to play.
This is Cheryl T. Just wanted to ask, how does it feel to have an action figure, it's a little sort of doll thing, made in the likeness of your character, Sir Guy, and do your family and friends take the mickey out of you for it?
Having an action figure is quite strange, but I'm placated by the fact that I don't think it really looks anything like me. But it's nice to have a superposable horse to go with it, because when I'm not in Hungary I can practice my horse riding at home.
This is from Dawn Lestuffs. Do you think Guy can love someone in the truest sense, or will obsession and desire ultimately always win over?
I'm not sure yet if Guy can love somebody in the truest sense without becoming obsessed, because I don't think that he's experienced much love in return. So when the little bits of it do come towards him, I think he grabs onto it really hard. But we'll see. Who knows?
This is from Stefania. Why don't you tell them how wonderful Jonas is?
Yeah, Jonas is brilliant to work with. I mean, most of the time when Richard and Jonas are working together, we are fighting. So it's good to have somebody that's a good sport. And yeah, he's up for it. He's a hard worker, and that fight sequence in episode 1 took 2 or 3 days to shoot, but he's a good laugh.
This is from Royal Nonsuch. Guy's scenes with the sheriff are always intriguing, especially the awkward ones. Has Keith Allen ever taken you by surprise in the filming of those scenes?
Keith Allen takes me by surprise every second of the working day. So yeah, I think that probably has some effect on the scenes with Guy and the sheriff.
Last question from Ruthie. If Guy was a real man and alive today, what do you think his chosen profession would be?
That's really hard. God, I don't want to say something boring now. What would he be? I suppose he'd be... Okay, if Guy was a real man today, his chosen profession would be... I think he'd be trying to marry one of the royals, but he would be... He'd be like... perhaps he'd be a bit of a James Hewitt. Is James Hewitt a chosen profession? Yeah, his chosen profession would be James Hewitt.